Well, hello and good morning again, or good evening wherever you are. It's me again, Mr. B. And this morning I want to give my take on the recent announcement by the most honorable Prime Minister, um, Andrew Michael Holness, who came out on National Heroes Day. He seemed to have been speaking from some site in St. Thomas, where he delivered quote unquote his New Year, his National Heroes Day message, and made the announcement of the raising up of a new title or award, if you will, in the National Icons Award, which would become the second highest honor um, for Jamaicans. Now, all of this is essentially a sprat, a fishhead, in my opinion, um, to sort of deprive or prevent or to excuse the governments not having the balls to name Bob Marley and Miss Lou as national heroes. Now, let me make it clear. Because when you listen to some of the unlearned discourse that is out there, there is this view that national hero must have contributed significantly to the struggle of Jamaica. That is to say, it is almost as if they were involved in some sort of a declaration of war and they fought pitched battles on the streets of Kingston and wherever else in Jamaica to bring about freedom. Bullshit. The honor of the order of national hero, according to the dictates of the Jamaican honors and awards system, this order of national hero may be conferred upon any person who was born in Jamaica or is or at the time of his or her death was a citizen of Jamaica and rendered to Jamaica service of a most distinguished nature. Those are the words from the edict under which the title of national hero shall be bestowed. Now, there is nothing that has happened in Jamaica to prevent Marley and Miss Lou from being named the national hero, other than my opinion, and I'm not unprepared to put it out there, other than the hypocrisy that exists within the Jamaican society. By a handful, by the way, just a handful of Jamaicans, the Monied-class, the brown skin class, who kind of look like the PM in terms of them skin hue, and the church, who sees the idea of making a Robert Nesta Marley as anathema to the positions that they stand on. Let me say it again. Robert Nesta Marley, as a Rastaman, has always been deemed by a certain class in Jamaica as a dirty-head Rasta boy, worthless boy, smoke weed and breed up only for woman and all kind of thing. None of which is covered in the national, the criteria for being a national hero. Right? Now we have 7 national heroes. 3/4 of them, we don't know where them do. Beyond being the beneficiary of a political announcement to make them national hero. Right? Bustamante, him leads up couple like a strike and the formation of the BITU, which really wasn't him. He was just a member of the organization, and the raising up of the Jamaica Labour Party. Does that qualify you to be a national hero more than a Jamaican who single-handedly, without support of big money or anything, took Jamaica's music around the world multiple times? In fact, the United Nations Education and Scientific Organization declared Jamaica's reggae music as a protected species, right? A protected cultural species, and went as far as to declare that reggae's contribution to international discourse on issues of injustice, resistance, love, and humanity underscores the dynamics of the element as being at once cerebral, socio-political, sensual, and spiritual. Jamaica's reggae music and Rastafari, which again was piloted around the world as a cultural expression by Robert Nesta Marley, right? Together, these combine as integral components of the island of Jamaica's cultural export and are together responsible for pulling millions of tourists into Jamaica and billions of tourist dollars. No other Jamaican before or after has had the kind of impact on the Jamaican society in respect of its economic, cultural, and spiritual value as Robert Nesta Marley. And so when the Prime Minister get up and make a talk that say, this national icon thing, my view, listen, me work in a Jamaica as a little boy when we just leave high school. We go work at the library. And we had a little space in the library there where we used to play some music on a turntable, and people come visit the library, them take a chair and a headphone, and we play music for them. And I remember the following on the requests being made. This is 1976. Requests from a lot of these guests, if you will, for us to expand the catalog of music. And so I got some money from the library, the accounts department or whatever thing. And I went downtown to Randy's Records and a couple other liquor stops. And I bought about 30 albums, vinyl record, right? And, among the collection of records that I bought were 3 albums from Marley, Catch a Fire, Burning, and the album there with Natty Dread, right? And let me tell you something. The people have nearly fire me, right? The principal librarian, I'm about to call her name, right? I can't go research that. Ask me who give me permission to take the library money and go buy dirty-head Rasta boy music to play in other people in library. I mean, live for see, right? Live for see. The same set of people. People have that ilk, that hue, me see them a party, a jiggle up to Marley music, but they would never give him those accolades. And it still permeates within the Jamaican space today. This whole idea of what you call national icon status has no basis. It has no place, because there is nothing within the national honors criteria that prevents the elevation of Marley and Miss Lou, who spent the greater part of her life to take the Jamaican language, right, patois, around the world, right? The people who oppose her similarly is because their claim is, why are we elevating this bad talking, right? This is a part of the identity of Jamaica, right? That Miss Lou and Robert Nesta Marley, through the infusion of that dialect in his own music, right, were able to influence the rest of the world and to raise Jamaica's, presence within the global sphere. No other Jamaican before or after has had the kind of impact on the Jamaican society that Robert Nesta Marley and to a lesser extent Miss Lou has had. And so it forces me to, on a reflection, to wonder what is it that is stopping the government. And when the government and the prime minister, who is the head of the executive of the government, is prepared to make this decision, it forces you to wonder why. What stops us from elevating these two figures? Don't tell me about no culture, no, or tell me about contribution and raising up Jamaica out of it. Because Jamaica is still in a struggle. Jamaica is locked in an economic and social and cultural struggle, right? Even to this day. In fact, it is because of how significant that struggle is that we are having this conversation right now. And it says that Jamaicans, we don't believe in one another. One of our problems in Jamaica is that we don't believe in each other. And when the prime minister get up and make an announcement like that, it underlines the fact that as the head of the executive of the country, right? You, Mr. Prime Minister, not believing in the culture neither. You're not believing in the value of the individual Jamaicans, right? Your job is to corral all of the feedback that you have got and respond to the nation. I have written extensively, studied this issue extensively, right? You feel free to visit my website at yardmedia.com, where I've had at least 3 different blogs that spoke to this issue over a period of time. This has been an ongoing issue for the better part of the last 30 years, because 30 years ago, there could be no reason identified for not elevating Marley to national hero status. And 30 years after, there is still none. This national icon status is bullshit, in my opinion, right? It is designed to appease the people within the church who don't want to see Marley occupy that status, because then we worship Marley, right? That is what a hero don't have to be somebody where everybody like it. But what we're looking for is somebody as a national hero who represent all of us. The struggles that Marley speak to is essays the struggle of the average Jamaican, myself included, right? As far as I'm concerned, both Marley and Miss Lou fully satisfy the requirements to be accorded the status of the island's 8th and 9th national hero, respectively, right? But again, there are some highly placed Jamaicans with significant influence who are opposed to the elevation of Marley to the status, and as a result, considerations regarding Miss Lou is impacted by that bias, and that bias come from the fact that how can a little dirty-head Rasta boy, we not come from nowhere, right, have this kind of connection, this kind of impact, not only on Jamaica and Jamaicans around the world, but around the world in general, right? How can? And so, if we can hold him down, if we can push it aside, right? All right, so as an appeasement, we could call it, we could create something in the middle, because we now put that dirty Rasta boy there, up in nowhere, right? And that bad talk, man. Me lose half of Jamaica, I tell you, Me lose half of Jamaica. Me lose half of the Prime Minister, this. Because me figure, this argument about national icon status, and we're going to move bird speed to establish this by next year. Because next year you plan to run an election. And so what you try to do is use the national honor thing as a rendering, a sprat, a fishhead, so that you at least you can buy some of the little Jamaican them who to have the intellectual fortitude to be able to process that way you really are is diminish the gang. You diminish Miss Lou. And then to your big neck, Redkins people them who Monied-class, the handful of them who no want that happen. So you can say, well, at least we never do it. We never make him a national hero, right? But at least we have a see if we can sell that to the minions and them you use it and ride yourself back into another term in the office. Me lose half of Jamaica, right? And what is worse, me lose half of the silence that has followed this announcement, right? People, nobody no want to talk. Well, me a talk. Because Marley is far more deserving than almost every single person who dep on the 7th. Possible exception is Marcus Garvey, right? None, no other Jamaicans before, since, or in the current period is deserving of national hero status than Robert Nesta Marley, and to a lesser extent, Miss Lou. Tell me what you want to think or what me think, right? You know, I'm a rat. I'm not afraid to say it because the thing vexed me. It vexed me because I can't believe that we, you know, when we hear the man come up on the thing and I make the announcement, I figure I say, well, yes, I eat this and national icon. Man, what the hell is that? Eh? Bob Marley, national hero. That's what I say. Tell me what you want to think about what me think, you know. And if you like the video, hit the like button, no? And listen, I will heap people kind of lie down and no, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Help us to grow. And let me say your response in the feedback section, you know. Give me your feedback. And of course, check out my website at www.yardmedia.com. You just click on the link in the description and make me hear from you. Respect.